cool. Never recorded using this, so I hope it works out, but I'm sure it'll be alright. Alright, so let's start off simple. What's your favorite color?
Well, I really like turquoises, like blue and green mixed together. It's good.
Alright. Alright. Do you have any favorite music or favorite musicians?
Oh, right now, my favorite musician would probably be the Front Bottoms, but I also love Alt J. And then my favorite all time is Pink Floyd, so all of those are good.
Alright. There's definitely a trend there, very like melodic and sort of a little bit down. I don't know if down's a good word for it, but
That's what I like, yeah.
alright. What makes you like that music?
I don't know, it's very relaxing. I think I'm such an up person that's nice to relax.
Alright. Alright. Do you have a favorite movie or any favorite movies?
I'm a huge movie buff, so like every movie ever, but Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind is like one of my favorite movies ever, ever, ever. No, I like all Disney movies.
Do you have a favorite Disney movie?
Probably Pocahontas. That's Pocahontas and Hercules, way up there. So, and then I love Pulp Fiction, Fight Club. Those are all really high up there. Yeah.
It's a pretty broad swath of movie right there.
Yeah. I really like movies. I've seen like everything. It's bad.
No, it's good. It's good. A lot of people ask this question too. It's just half the time. I mean, it seems like people are one or two people are like either they love all movies and they watch movies like constantly, or like they have like 5 movies they watch it like over and over every year. It's strange. Some people, not a lot of people go to the theater a lot anymore. I don't know. It's a found interesting things.
Go to the theater a lot.
Why Pocahontas and was it what was the other one? Hercules?
Pocahontas because, I don't know, something about it, I loved it growing up. It was all about nature and loving people no matter what, which is all like philosophies I grew up on, just acceptance, and there was conservation of nature and talking trees. Just a classic.
Alright.
And then Hercules, because it's a story of someone just going from nothing, from zero to hero. And that's really nice to watch someone overcome all kinds of different things and make his way. It's good.
Alright, I can dig it. You went to college, right? You went for marine biology, correct?
No, I'm a psychology major.
Psych major, alright. Right on. So,
Right on.
yeah. You sort of understand what I'm doing here a lot better than non-psych majors, I assume.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, cool. What made you want to go into psych?
Well, originally, psychology works well for my field as with animals, and especially the animals I want to work with, for like dolphins. Their mind is, of course, a lot like ours. It works the same way as ours does. So in all of the training, it's all operant conditioning, which is, of course, psychology. And dolphins act like 7-year-old kids, which is developmental psychology, so it goes hand in hand. It works with all animals. It's awesome. And then it also gives me a backup, so safety net. If I was a marine bio major, and if it didn't work out, I'd be fucked. Like, what would I do then? You have nothing you can do. If an animal field's really hard. With psychology, I can go back into my master's and try to fix people for a living, I guess. Not what I want to do, but it's an option.
Why would you rather work with animals than people?
Well, I'm not a big people fan. I'm a huge animal fan. I love animals. They're my favorite thing in the world. They have been since I was a kid. The great words of Steve Irwin. He said that animals are better because he'd rather be with a crocodile. He's like, you know when a crocodile doesn't like you, it's going to eat you. But then a person, you don't know. And I relate with that. So people are okay, but they'll hurt you more than an animal will ever hurt you. You know how animals like feel, and it's just there. It's good.
Never mind the fact that he was killed by a stingray.
He was. I'd rather be killed by a stingray than a person. A person will make you think that they like you, and they'll trick you, where an animal is just being instinctive. You can't blame them for it. Like, I've been attacked by animals. I have a chunk of my leg missing from a monkey. I don't hate that monkey. We're chill as fuck, because that's just how she is. She's a monkey.
I mean, besides the fact that she's a monkey, were you like prompting her to attack you, or she's just in a bad mood, or?
She's always in a bad mood. Monkeys are crazy. Everyone thinks monkeys are cute. They're insane. Primates are insane. That's why they're too close to humans. That's why you don't want to work with them. Anything primate or higher, no. But she got out of her exhibit because somebody didn't lock her exhibit. She was a pet growing up, and then of course the person who had a monkey as a pet realized, oh my god, capuchins aren't good pets. Who knew? That's why we have dogs. But so they gave them up, and so I looked like her old owner, so she didn't like me especially, so she got out and attacked me.
Damn, and she like bit a chunk out of your leg?
Yep.
How big a chunk?
It was pretty big. We super glued it back together. It was like, I really can't, I've got a sweet scar from it, so.
Oh, that's good. At least you get a
yeah.
scar.
But I love animals. I love how innocent. People say kids are the most innocent things on earth, but they're not. Kids are kind of dicks. But animals are the most innocent. They're the blank slate. I adore them. I love animals and I love nature.
Why? I don't like dolphins.
Well, ever since I was a kid, it was always dolphins. Like, I was going to work with dolphins. And then I worked with all kinds of different animals. Now I'm kind of opened my mind to I worked with this okapi, and it stole my heart. I'm obsessed with okapis now. I love them so much. And I worked with this raccoon, and raccoons are awesome. Oh my gosh. But dolphins, I think that zookeepers reflect the animals they work with, and I can see so much of myself in a dolphin. They are so mischievous, and they're such assholes, and I'm like, I understand you, man. Understand. I don't know. They're very playful, but they're also jerks. They're so intelligent and mischievous. They're awesome. I love them.
All right. Right on. Interesting. Do you have a favorite place, or a place you'd rather go on vacation? You can go on vacation anywhere. Where would you go?
It's hard. I've been dying to go to Yellowstone. I would love to go there. And then, or Yellowstone, or somewhere in Japan. Those are the two places I really want to go right now. So.
When you say Japan, do you mean the city, Tokyo, or Mount Fuji?
Mount Fuji, just out there. And then I'd like to see the culture too. I'm really interested in the culture. I'm also interested in the culture in India. And my roommate's from India, and I adore her. She's so cute. So I'd like to go everywhere, but right now I think Yellowstone's more plausible.
I mean, yeah, you get that marine biologist job. You can be one of those people that travels all the oceans and goes everywhere. And
that would be perfect.
Everything. Yeah.
I would love to be a whale watcher. That would be the best job.
You want to go to Japan and see the culture? Do you know the history there with whales?
Yeah, and they definitely don't like dolphins very much there. But I love Japan, and I love their food. I'm obsessed with their food. So.
All right. So, can I say Japanese food is your favorite food?
Yes.
What's your favorite dish of Japanese food?
what's that soup that we always get? It's called like
Udon.
udon. Udon is the best.
Udon. Is that the one with like the noodles? I don't remember.
It's got like this like dark broth and noodles. It sometimes has meat in it, but not always. I usually don't get it with meat. It's really good. I love sushi, of course. Big on sushi, but udon's the best.
Mm-hmm. All right. I was watching something with Anthony Bourdain once, and he went to Japan, and he's in like Tokyo. And in Tokyo, they just have like everything everywhere, you know. So there's like this tiny little hallway of like a neighborhood restaurant that people just go to, and they have regulars. But even this tiny little restaurant has like, they have chickens growing like all naturally right by it. So they serve like chicken sushi, basically it's raw chicken. But this chicken's raised so properly that it doesn't have any issues with it. Like you can eat this chicken raw and you won't get sick.
That's insane. Oh, I don't know how I feel about eating raw chicken. I've seen chicken sushi before, and I'm like, no. But, I mean, it's probably okay.
Do you have any favorite books?
I do. I like, my favorite book right now. I like Killing Kiko. That's what I read last. I like nonfiction books. I'm boring. I don't really like,
That's all
I
right.
like fiction.
When you say nonfiction, do you have like a certain subject you like to read the most, or?
About dolphins. I like to read about marine biology. I like to read about psychology. I love my textbooks. I'm that dork that reads the whole textbook front to back. So, yeah, it is what it is.
It's alright. I read all my Psych 101 textbook too.
It's good. It's good information.
Yeah. Let me think. What's Killing Kiko about, in your words?
It is a book about, you should read it, by the way. It's about, Kiko was the killer whale that was in Free Willy, and so he was then released back into the wild because everyone was freaking out, all PETA's freaking out, he needs to be released. And of course, after he was released, he died because he was living in captivity that whole time. So he was used to people giving him food, he was kind of to boats and begging, and he ended up dying of starvation. Super sad. But it's one of the people that was rehabilitating him, he wrote the book and wrote about the whole process and how it went down and how everything happened and what went wrong, why he thinks it didn't work. It's a really interesting book. I like it.
Interesting. Like here. Do you have a favorite painter?
My favorite painting is the painting you painted me.
Really?
Yes, I show everyone. I'm like, look at this painting. I love that painting. And then my second favorite painting, I like that painting. The one, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the two people and they're embracing, and the man has all like the squares and triangles, and the woman has all the circles. You know what I'm talking about? And they're like merging together. It's like a really like classic art one. I love that painting. But my personal favorite painting is the painting you painted me because I love it. It's so pretty.
Cool. Let me see if I can do another one.
Rock and roll.
Let me think here. So, do you remember who your second favorite was by? Was it M.C. Escher?
Let's see. I will look. Oh, and there was one painter, he started with a B, and I love all of his work. What was his name? He drew, he was the painting of that little happy spider who was dancing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, it's so cute. I will find it, the dancing spider painting. And then Dolly is obviously awesome. I can't even find the dancing. Well, it was this one guy, and he paints like the weirdest stuff. and he would paint this one picture of a spider, and he knew that he was like everyone hated him, but he was still happy. He was still just doing his little spider thing, and that made me happy. Good for him. Good for him.
Oh shit. Well, you looked that up here. Check on someone.
Okay.
Find it?
Nope. May never find it.
That's alright.
It's
Do you know
okay.
about when it was painted?
I don't. I know nothing.
Oh well. Let's see here. You like Salvador Dali?
I do. I love him.
So many
He is
people.
definitely one of my favorites. I think he's so interesting in a very like sad, depressing way.
Why you say sad and depressing?
Well, I mean, all his paintings are so sad. Like, and they all have to do with how weird his childhood was and how deprived and how he's so afraid of like having sex with a woman or talking to a woman because he thought he was gonna get like gonorrhea, and he just lived this terrible, sad life. And it's definitely reflected by his art. I love it. It's awesome.
Okay. Alright. So, let's say you have like a mansion, right? Or
Okay.
a house of your dreams. Where would you hang this painting at?
The house of my dreams.
You can build a whole just room for this painting if you wanted to. Where would you hang it?
I don't know. I like paintings more like in the bedroom, like above. I think your bedroom should be the most decorated. If it's like a really nice painting, then you want to see it all the time. And where do I spend most of my time? In my bedroom watching Netflix. Let's be real. So, yeah, that's where I put all of my paintings. Like, I hardly decorate front rooms. But I live with roommates too, so that could be a reason. I don't know.
How many
Well-
roommates do you live with?
Right now, I live with 3.
Wow. How many rooms in the house? 4?
2.
2. Alright, right on.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you live in San Antonio?
I live in Florida.
Okay. Let's see here. What's your favorite time of the day?
I like evening. Evening's good. Right before it becomes like dark and it's kind of cooled off a little bit. It's not like 100 million degrees. That's good.
Alright. What's your favorite season?
A favorite season is fall
Alright, why fall?
because it's cool but not cold. I hate cold. Not about it.
Then why not like the spring?
I don't like it very much. I don't know why. I think maybe because my birthday is in the spring, and I don't like a ton of attention on me, and I don't like a lot of birthdays have been kind of not good for me. I don't like spring very much. I like fall. Fall is good. It's just nice and it's good. Good things.
Alright. Let's see here. Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I draw and paint, and I think those are my only like real hobbies. I don't think I do anything else cool. I used to skateboard a lot. I don't do that anymore because I don't have time. I have like big girl jobs and responsibilities now. I read when I have time, but don't really have time. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
understandable.
So that's like that's it, I guess. I listen to a lot of music, but I don't play music. I can't even keep a beat like clapping. So.
Oh well. Is listening to music a hobby? Do you go to concerts?
Yeah,
Alright,
definitely.
cool. What was the last concert you went to?
The last concert I went to was the Fun Festival in Austin. That was a few months ago.
Was it
Good.
fun?
It was fun. Whoa! I saw a variety of bands. I got to see, all Jay's the reason I went, but I got to see Amon Amarth, which I definitely never expected to see. They have this like awesome like horn connected to them that they would use every once in a while. It was like a tusk of some kind, I think. I don't know. And then I got to see everyone. I got to see this one Japanese band, and they were like shooting burritos into the audience. It was great. It was a good time.
Sounds like it. Alright, do you prefer realism or abstraction as far as painting and art goes?
I like abstraction more. I think abstraction is art more than realism. Anyone can take a picture and draw something realistically, but like abstract comes from the mind and the heart, and that's beautiful.
Alright, do you consider Salvador Dali abstract?
I would say he's abstract, yeah, because his paintings are realistic, but the actual, like, in a whole, it's very abstract. It's very surreal. So, don't fall asleep now. I'm not in the middle of our interview.
The Salvador Dali Museum is in Florida. Have you gone to it?
No, we're in Florida.
I don't know. I think it's in like Miami or Fort Lauderdale.
Let's see.
I think it's in northern Florida. I don't know. I don't know much about Florida. But yeah, there's a Salvador Dali Museum in Florida.
That's
Yeah,
badass.
check it
It
out
is
if
in
you're in.
St. Petersburg. I don't think that's that far. It looks awesome too. That's awesome. Good information to know. Good information to know.
Yeah, no problem. Did you prefer your mother or your father?
My father.
Your father? Alright. I seem to be able to say that pretty confidently.
My mom's insane, so I mean I love my mom, but she definitely suffers from mental illness, so it's always been like hard with us. So
Alright. That's reasonable. Do you mind if I ask what your religious beliefs are? What you consider your religious beliefs to be?
they're none.
Would you consider yourself a nihilist, an atheist? How extreme do you want that to be labeled?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I believe.
Would you consider yourself agnostic?
I think I lean towards agnostic, maybe. I feel like, I don't know, I'm like at the in-between between like nihilist and agnostic, I think. Like a hopeful nihilist.
A hopeful nihilist? What are you hopeful about? The hopeful if there is a God, even though you don't believe in one? Or
I don't
hopeful?
know if there is a God so much because I feel like if there was a God, I don't want to be part of it. Because how fucked up everything is and how, like, the things that I've been through and the things I've seen in my life, if there's a God, he fucking hates me. So, like, I don't want to meet that God.
Right.
As someone that lets this happen. So I don't want to believe in a God. I just want to believe in that, like everyone hates thinking about mortality and that, oh no, one day I'm not going to exist. So to comfort myself, I want to believe that something happens, that you have a soul, something happens after you die. Although I know that's naive and it's bullshit, I want to believe it. So I'm like a hopeful nihilist.
In denial. A nihilist in denial.
Yes. I'm not dumb. Like, I know that there's nothing, and it is what it is. It's a circle of life, which is awesome and beautiful. But it would be nice to be like, to comfort yourself. Be like, things will be okay. Maybe.
All right. How do you come to terms with the finitude of life, knowing that one day you will be dead? How do you think about that at all? Do you just
I think about it all the time, especially when I'm like sorting dead fish in the morning. I'm like, one day I'll be dead like this fish. But that's a personal thing. I think I can get bummed about it sometimes, but like I've been in a few near like death situations, and each time I'm like, oh, I should probably do what I want more. That would be good. So I think death is scary, but it's only scary because we don't understand it. And we're so egotistic, we don't like to think that one day we won't be there. And how would the world keep on going without me? But I think it's scary, but it's fine. It happens to everyone.
do you think that's why people are scared of death? Because they feel like they can't come to terms with the fact that the world will exist without them?
I think so. People are so egotistic and so crazy about themselves. And there are certain people are like, everyone, their big thing is that they need people to remember them and they need to make an impact on this earth because they're so self-involved that not that there needs to be like an impact on earth, but that they have to make that impact. Like, I know all of these researchers and they will not work together, like, and they work for like trying to help out cancer and things, but at the end of the day, they lock up all of their research and they won't even let the other researchers down the hall that are researching the same thing, like, borrow pens from them, because they don't want those people who are there to cure cancer. I need to cure cancer. And that's not how it should be. But that's how people are. We need to make the difference. But by we, I mean me and not you guys. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. So I think that's our big fear of death, is that we won't be a part of things anymore. People will forget us eventually. And that just scares the shit out of people.
All right. Interesting. That's very impassioned. Have you thought about that a lot?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a favorite childhood memory?
I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't know, actually. Trying to think about everything that happened in childhood, and
It doesn't have to be a very precise thing, like on this day I did this and it was great. Or it could be like times we went to the beach, times I spent skating, or, just, it could be something real general.
yeah. I mean, I liked going to the zoo. I liked going to SeaWorld, and I liked playing with my dogs. Those were things I liked. Those were all my, like, happy things, so.
Alright. How old were you when you started to develop such a affinity for animals? And you realized it?
Always.
Always? I remember.
Ever since I could talk. Like, my parents would take me to go fishing, and I would see horrified that they were, like, catching these fish. And they would put it in a cooler, and I would sneak and I was like a toddler, and I would sneak in and like grab them and throw them back in the ocean. And they would realize I was doing that, and so they stopped. Like, they would do the catch and release, and still horrify me. I remember pictures of me. Parents had pictures of me when I was like 7 years old, as they caught a fish and hooked him in the gill. I spent an hour trying to like revive him by putting water over his gills, and he died in my hands, and that is still like my worst memory ever. And so it's always been like that. Like, it's, yeah.
So are you a vegetarian?
I'm not. I know I should be. Isn't that terrible? I should be, but I'm too fucking broke to be a vegetarian. I don't eat that much meat. Like, I eat meat maybe like once every 2 days. But the truth is, it's really, really expensive to be a vegetarian, and I honestly cannot afford it, and I can't fucking cook. So.
Yeah, if you can't cook and you can't afford it, those are like you have to have one of those to be a vegetarian.
Yeah.
You can't do either. You're fucked.
Yeah, I want to be a vegetarian. I tell myself the work that I do with animals is good enough to like substitute for when I eat them. But yeah, it's really fucked up.
That's understandable. I mean, I know what you mean. You can be broke and be a vegetarian, though. You know, you can eat rice and beans like every meal. Like, rice and beans are actually like have all the protein, just like every nutrient you need, and that just rice and beans. Those are like the cheapest food you can buy.
This is true. I basically am a vegetarian. Like, I hardly eat meat. Like, I eat pepperoni on my pizza, not gonna lie, but that's really as far as it goes. Like, I don't buy chicken to cook or anything like that. I mainly eat like pasta and different pastas. So I can't cook. I eat a lot of eggs, a lot of omelets.
Oh, well, I mean, the eggs they're not quite meat.
Yeah, so that's the difference between vegan and vegetarian. So you're not hurting anybody by eating eggs. It's weird, because it came out of the butt. That's okay.
Yeah. Alright, I want to say I have enough to work with. I don't have a great idea of what I want to paint, but what ideas I do have, I can definitely hash out a little bit better after I review this video and this recording a little bit more. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Any requests or anything? How big would you want it?
As big as you want. You're the artist. It'll be great. I'm excited to see it.
Okay, assuming you're actually gonna hang it, how big do you want it?
It doesn't matter. That one that you hung for me is huge, and I can't even fit it in my car. But I'm obsessed with it, and I make other people drive it place to place for me. So,
wow.
I love it.
So,
whatever size you want.
Okay. I'll try to make it a little bit smaller. Because I'll try to ship it.
I do drive a Beetle, so it has to be smaller than my car.
What made you want to pick a Beetle?
I love them. They're my favorite. I have a little peace sign on the back and a little heart with manatees on them, and I love it. It's nice. I like that decade. I like peace and love and harmony. That's what I'm about.
Alright, hippie chick. Alright, well, I will stop the recording real quick.